Good evening, everyone. We are the Gratitude Girls.
The Gratitude
Gratitude
Girls
Girls.
are in the house. Hi, Lori. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm so happy to be here. Last week we celebrated in honor. Oh my goodness, we honored Memorial Day, is what I meant to say. So we celebrated those who served our countries, and we decided to take that time to be with our thoughts. So I'm very happy to be back here and to be sharing the wonderful message that we're going to hone in on and pinpoint today with our Gratitude Girls training. I was wondering if we could do a very quick introduction of ourselves and then maybe where we're from and some of the people who are new to our group, because I believe we have some new people this week, some new friends, some new gratitude community members. I thought I'd like to start off with that. Is that okay with you?
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. I like to walk into the room and say, Rara's in the house. My name is Catherine Asaro Myers, and I am a star for affiliate with Greener Still. Gosh, that doesn't roll off the way it used to, huh? I'm so used to saying executive with send out cards. And I'm broadcasting to you live tonight from Niagara on the Lake, Ontario, Canada. And I am here with my infinity partner because we are in our 8th year. So this is our infinity year. My amazing partner and beyond family, gratitude family, Lori. Lori, hi.
Hello. Yes, and I am Lori Delfredetti. I am outside of Nashville, Tennessee. Same thing. Executive send out cards, star four, greener still. Either way, we're two steps from the highest. So only,
That's right.
only
That's
two steps on our ladder left.
That's a really good point. I was envisioning myself today as a bird overlooking things, and I thought I must be focusing on send out cards and greener still. So Lori and I, maybe we can tell a quick little story for the people that are in this group today. I don't know if yeah, let's just do that. Okay. So I'll open it up, and then Lori tells the story so much better than I do. Lori and I met over 8 years ago, and we actually met on stage. And Lori will tell the story. And it was serendipitous that we met, and this is the reason why we're here tonight, because we met and took that, to the next step. And here we are 8 years later, developing our brand for over 8 years of Gratitude Girls, and not just a brand, not only a brand, but a community and a culture of friends like yourself who have stories that you want to share. And we decided to add private coaching and training to this brand so that we can deliver hopefully very valuable content to you. Lori, would you like to share the story about why we're here?
Sure, yes. And it's funny because I actually just got the email today, this morning, that next week is our renewal for gratitudegirls.com. So that tells us exactly we're right at the 8th year.
Wow, yes, that's amazing.
So yes, but yes, so Catherine and I met on stage in front of thousands of people. We didn't even know each other before that. And long story short, we developed Gratitude Girls because we just knew that there's no coincidences in the world, and kind of like one of those, like they say, love at first sight. But this was like best friends, business partners, confidants, all the above, all at once at first sight, right? And so we figured out Gratitude Girls. We didn't know what we were going to do with it yet. And for 8 years, we have done shows once a month. So check them out at gratitudegirls.com. But then we also started coaching and training about a year and a half ago right now. So we have lots and lots of content in our private coaching and training group that we've done every single Monday night. So every week, 52 weeks out of the year, and we rarely ever miss a Monday night. Like last week we did because Memorial Day. And so other than something kind of major, we are here no matter what, no matter where we're at. We've even streamed to you on vacation, from the car, all kinds of ways. And we've done all this for our private coaching and training clients. And then we decided this year to step it up a notch and share with all of you in this group publicly. We still have stuff going on for our private coaching and training clients. So you can go to gratitudegirls.com/coaching to see all the details there. But we wanted to bring more value to more people.
I love that. Yes, it's funny how it happens, right? Here we are. We're going to be going, we're into our 9th year, right? So think about that. Who knew? Who knew when we started? We never thought that there would be an end to it. We didn't see that. We just knew that we would keep going. So what happened was we developed this group. If you're new to this group, we developed it to create a place to share gratitude. So if you're here right now, welcome. Welcome to Gratitude Girls, girls who love to practice gratitude every day. You're welcome to share a gratitude quote with this group, to share anything related to gratitude. If you have a story that you want to tell, please go right ahead. And we watch the group. I mean, we very rarely have to remove a post. We would like to ask you to keep it to gratitude stories, and so that we can inspire one another. And when you do join the group, we like to welcome you. And that was something that I had never belonged to. I thought it would be nice if we create something. And Lori is just such a genius at all of the tech stuff. You know, you say, well, we're in a group. Yeah, well, we're in a group. You have to see, right? If you don't already run groups, like what you have to do to set them up and stay on top of Facebook. So this is here so that you can speak to this culture and this community. We're here for you. And today we're going to talk to you what we consider gratitude training, but we're going to talk about marketing. So we're going to touch on a subject a week for 15 or 20 minutes. And then by the 9 o'clock, I'll look at my clock, by the 9 o'clock time slot, we'll probably go into our private room. So if you have any questions, you can always put a question mark under the post here, because we're live in the group. And if we can't answer you while we're live, we will get back to you. So let's talk a little bit about marketing. I mentioned that we have a brand, and we're talking to you from our brand of Gratitude Girls. This happened organically, very serendipitously, if that is a word, and that's who we are. Not everybody is as lucky as we are to walk into a room and have somebody hand you an award, 2 people an award, and here we are. We didn't have to stay up at night wondering what's the name, what should it be, will everybody like it? We stepped into it, it was handed to us. Now, you may not have your brand handed to you. I wonder if that's a good thing. Here's your brand and I'm going to hand it to you. You might have had to pay tens of thousands of dollars for your brand, and you might still be paying for your brand. And we wish you the best of luck with that. And when you have it, you will then have to think about marketing. So let's take you to the step of you have your brand. Lululemon water bottle. Lululemon.
Yeti water cup.
There you go. Logitech gaming mouse. You got something?
I have a Logitech mouse too. And I have an Apple mouse.
Yeah, I have an Apple mouse too. Yeti, Blue Yeti mic.
Whoops, it's plugged in. Apple iPhone.
Apple iPhone. Okay, so you see, these are brands. We've got so many. Oh my gosh, I have so many more around me. Arbonne Lip Serum. This stuff is really good. Have you tried this, Lori?
I have not tried that. Arbonne has one of my favorite lipsticks though, besides my Too Faced.
Yeah, we always talk about lipstick.
Sharpie marker.
Okay, super. Let's see if I have anything else. Send out cards, card. Okay, branding. So now, oh, I even have another camera here. I have multiple webcams. Avermedia webcam. Logitech C922, whatever that is. Fantastic webcam that I have. Okay, these are brands. So you get the point, right? You get the message. We're surrounded by brands. We pay for them. We pay big money for a brand. Because we can relate to it. We want it. I don't think my water tastes any different because this is some $50 water bottle. I don't even remember. Maybe it's more. But they told me, and I talk about this all the time, that I bought it because I was going to hot yoga. It has rubber on the bottom and the water's not going to leak. But you know what? As much as I paid for this water bottle, I will not hang this upside down over my keyboard. So as much as I paid for the brand, I don't know that I believe it as much as I just wanted it. It won't drip. I'm not pouring this over my mic or my keyboard or my phone or anything. I wanted a gold Lululemon water bottle. There you go. So when you have a brand that you can stand behind or have it stand next to you, and people want that, they pay for it. They hang around it. They want to be one of the Logitech, Yeti, iPhone, Arbonne, send out cards. We can name all the companies because we buy them all. We're consumers. And we stand by the things that are good. If they're what's within arm's reach of your life? I guarantee that those are things that you really don't mind paying 50, 40, 60, 100, $2,000 for. You think it was great. It was worth it. Do you have a brand that people think is worth it, that people keep coming back for? Do you have a brand that people are curious about? Are you at the point of piquing an interest? So let's talk a little bit about that. Where are you in your brand? We're over 8 years in our brand. We are secure. It's Gratitude Girls. It's not going to change. We're not second thinking it. Our colors, all our choices are made. We are living the brand. We do not have to go through any of those wonderful things that you might be going through. And I sympathize with you on that. I really do, because we know how hard it is. And we're just lucky there. And I don't want to say just because that negates it or but or anything like that. But we're lucky. You may be coming up to where we're at. So how do you do it? How do you stand behind your brand? Lori, do you have any suggestions, ideas, thoughts?
Yes, and I have several, but one thing I thought of while you were just talking was we literally, I believe, attracted our brand.
Mm.
So you and I have both helped so many clients build their brand from the scratch to get it to where they want and create their brand, like even figure out their logo or their business name or their website name. And I remember, I can't say too many details, but I remember a client that I helped create their logo and their brand name, and then they wanted a certain website, and I said that would not be a good idea, and then they got it anyway, and then 10 years later they wanted to change it because they realized. And so it's just like, you've built up all this stuff for 10 years and then you're going to change it. So it can be done. They did it. But, it's so much easier to have it right from the get-go. And literally, like you said, we were handed our brand on a silver platter. Like, boom, here's the title, The Gratitude Girls, right?
Yes. Yes, it was amazing. And what you just talked about was rebranding. So if you happen to have the necessity, the opportunity, the misfortune to rebrand, I've had to rebrand one business. Took us 2 years and we came right back to the same thing that we were at. All we did was change the name. It was really like 24 months of just not working, rebranding. So you can rebrand many different ways. If you need to rebrand, absolutely, I understand that. You might be better off opening up a whole new company. But 10 years of work, 10 years of effort and money spent and clients and faithful, loyal clients are what we're all looking for. If there's one faithful client in the audience, then we have succeeded. If there's one loyal client, we've succeeded. If we have an audience of people who are just passing through, then that's a tough audience. And if you don't have an audience yet, a faithful, loyal audience, that's really what you want to do when you think about your marketing. You're going to look for your avatar. You're going to look for the person that really wants to hear what you have to say. And they're going to say, that's me. I am. We have men and women, males, females. We have all different families, individuals, corporations, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, seniorpreneurs that associate with our brand. Our brand is for everyone. We are the gratitude girls.
Right.
So think about that when you develop your brand. Some people say, well, do I have to be a gratitude girl? No, that's who we are. We're branding ourselves. We're the gratitude girls. So when you're hanging out with us, you're hanging out with the gratitude girls. It's like, what was that movie, West Side Story? When you're a jet, so you're hanging out with you're hanging out with the people that you want to hang out with. And if you associate with us, then you want to be with us, then you go and you follow us into our sales funnel. That's really what marketing is about.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And in marketing, if you think about it, marketing is just like selling in print, right? So you think about the old days, right, of print, flyers, business cards, some people still use business cards, but a lot of people don't even use those anymore. But yellow pages ads, like remember those,
Yes.
or, ads, different places that people call you to put ads out, or the mailers out, like we can technically do mailers with send out cards, but still a lot of people still do mailers, but not very much anymore, because how many people look at stuff that they get in their mailbox that's spam basically in the mailbox, right? But the better that you are in sales, the better you're going to be in marketing. So when you get better in sales, then you learn how to present yourself better, and it's automatically going to help you. There's still training you need to go to, but it's automatically going to help you become better in your marketing efforts.
And you made me think about something, Lori. I was watching America's Got Talent last night. If you are relatable, and if someone likes you, they don't really care if you're wrong. They will forgive you. You will forgive us if we're 5 minutes late or 5 minutes early, or if the internet does something. You will forgive us if you like us, if you relate to us, if you say, I am rooting for the gratitude girls. I love what they stand for. I am connected to them. There they are. Help them out. Oh, wow, they're here. They are. You will root for us and cheer us on. People get nervous. They think they have to be perfect, or think you have to be right all the time. That's not going to close sales. Being relatable will close sales. And not by asking people the closing question. So yes or no, now or later, or tomorrow will be better. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being relatable. Having a beautiful purpose. Having a wonderful purpose, doesn't have to be beautiful. Knowing your purpose, knowing your why, being able to tell your story, being able to share. We share how we met. This is the authentic us. We live in the integrity of our brand. This is the story of how we began, and we tell it the same. Every single time we are together, we tell the story the same way. I don't get tired of hearing it. Our audience doesn't get tired of hearing it. And I bet if you heard it the first time over 8 years ago and you heard it today, you'd probably get something different out of it, because you will get different things out of hearing a story. So as you go into your marketing and you're talking to people and you're in your sales marketing position, if you own a company, even if you hired someone, you need to know how to do that to a degree. Trust the person that people can relate to. Be human. Unless you're selling robots, then be a robot, but be relatable.
Right, exactly. And be like empathetic, right? Because when people feel that you're empathetic, they feel like they can trust you, right? And and just like what you said about telling the same story, you know, I'm sure if we listened to us tell the story 8 years ago, granted, how we tell the story now is a million times better because we've said the same story over and over, but it's still the same base, right? So it's authentic, and that's what people are going to see. It's not like we've changed this story over time. You
Mm.
know, you heard it before. Like I've heard other people, other marketers do that I have followed. I heard this one story and then it's the same story, but they changed it. And that's huge because the internet, guess what? It remembers, right? No matter
Yes.
how much
Yeah.
you delete stuff, you can find stuff.
It's not forgiving. And if you're thinking right now of telling a story and you change your mind all the time, if you say, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do that and then I'm going to do that, you are not going to be, you have no paper trail going on there. You are going to lose people. So if you are unsure, oh, please hire a coach. Please hire a coach to set you straight, because every time you change your mind with the wind, you lose your posture. Think of it like slouching. Would you like it if I did this? Or do you like it if I'm sitting like this and speaking to you and I'm looking at you? This is posture in one aspect. So is your marketing of your business changing your mind. We're gratitude, the gratitude girls. We're gratitude girl. No, we're the, if we made even a slight change, we would start to confuse you, and confusion leads guaranteed to zero sales. So if you're confused, hire a coach. Get clear, your audience will be clear. And if they're not clear, you'll attract the audience like we did. We attracted a gratitude audience because we lived it. We didn't stay up at night, pulling our hair out of our head, staying up till 3 a.m, writing funnels, writing landing pages. We didn't do any of that. We didn't have to. Lori and I said this last week. We don't even follow up with people. We are against all odds. You book with us, you make an arrangement with us, and we believe you're going to show up because we're the gratitude girls. And that's what we do. And that's what you do. And that's our brand. And that's the positioning that we take. And that is the vibration that we give. And that's what we get. You know, you get what you give. Now, if you're lucky enough to do that, and I say it, and I'm saying it humbly. I'm not saying like, oh, we're so lucky. We are. We're lucky. We're lucky that we have that, because we don't have to stay up at night or get up early and figure all that out. It was handed to us. And what you want to do is you want to make it look effortless, exactly like we are. We are not spamming you, sending you 100 emails, asking you to do. We're not. We're like, here we are. Come join us. We're here. Go to our website. That's what we do. That's how we do it. So if you're looking at marketing yourself, I'm not saying you shouldn't follow all the steps, because there are many steps that we should follow. But if you truly have a story that is genuine and unique, tell it over and over again. Every time you can record it, listen to it. Tell it so that everybody else knows your story. Because I bet you could tell our story for us. And if you could tell our story for us, then we have marketed ourselves successfully.
Yes, exactly. And and also, like think of how Catherine just spoke those last few words, the last few sentences, right? Think of her tonality, think of her volume, think of how she presented herself, right? Same thing, like she said, slouching or sitting up straight and tall, the words that she used. Think of all those things. That makes a difference on how people accept you, right? How you attract people, how they engage with you, and one huge thing that I know that I work on a lot of times with my clients, and I know Catherine has said that tons and tons of times, probably without even knowing it, but in our Gratitude Girls show, I've caught it every time. Almost all the time, she says, I rewatch our show as soon as this is over. If you record your phone or your video conversations and re-watch them, you learn things that you can critique yourself on to help you to get better. Because the same thing, if you look at Catherine and I 8 years ago when we were first, and we both have been on video lots longer than that anyway, but just talking on Gratitude Girls, if you look at our videos 8 years ago and look at how we present ourselves on video now, it's a lot better, right?
Yes, and also our technology, our equipment has changed. There are so many things around us. Like, what are we, 12, 14 hours? I'm 12 to 14 hours a day in front of a camera. It's ridiculous. I am in front of this camera all day long. Whereas before, 8, 9, 10 years ago, even whatever, 12 years ago, we were on camera when it was a special event. Now we're on camera all the time. It's like, I'm going to work, baby. I'm on camera. Lights, camera, action. Okay, that's how we go to work now. So we have a different relationship with the camera. We have a different relationship with how we speak. We know some tips and tricks that we didn't know before. We have external mics. We can get close to the mic. We can modulate our voice. We know how to look in the camera. We know how to speak to you without looking at ourselves. We learned these things. So in marketing, if you are talking to someone or someone is doing it on your behalf, you want to make sure that the audience feels the message, hears the message, sees the message, can touch the message. There's auditory, digital, kinesthetic. There are many different ways of learning. And I do watch our show. As soon as we're done, I go back and I watch it because I want to feel it, see it, hear it, be it, do it right then and there. So I can understand what I was feeling if I were in the audience. And I wonder, sometimes someone will say to me, I'm going to watch the show. I'm going to watch the training. And they'll say, oh, I didn't watch the training yet. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I did it and I watched it twice already. Because I'm so interested in what we're doing and how we're doing it. I'm so into my interest level, my inspiration, my motivation is so high. And when someone says they're going to look at something or do something in a day or 2 days, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But I wonder how many things they have to do. And I very rarely say, I didn't do it yet. If it's on my list, I do it. It's not like it's on my list and I ignored my list and I'm going to, if I say I'm going to do it Tuesday, I do it Tuesday. If I say I'm going to do it Wednesday at 9:30, that's when I'm going to do it. So therefore, I don't have anything hanging over me. So part of your brand is what you say and what you do, and how you do anything is how you do everything. Be aware of the words and the language that we use, because people, like Lori said, the internet doesn't forget. So if you say this and you do that, if you hesitate, if you are not sure, say you're not sure and stand in the truth, because it's a whole lot easier than trying to remember what you said last time and what you're going to say next time. So I invite you to develop your brand with someone who's experienced. Look at a brand that you really like and appreciate and enjoy, and ask them how they did it. How did you develop your brand? How much did it cost you? How much time did you spend? Have you ever rebranded? What happened? Did it work? Did it not work? How did you get it to work? What did you do? Lori and I walk the walk and talk the talk to become Gratitude Girls. It's innately, that's who we are. We're born like that. So here we are. And in doing so, like you said, Lori, we've been in front of the camera so much longer now than we were before. And before we were in front of the camera, it wasn't our first rodeo, it wasn't our first show. Now we're more familiar with our audience because that was a new audience then. So we were speaking to people that we didn't really know for sure, but now we know who we're talking to. We know who our avatar is. And if you're new, we welcome you, we invite you, and we want you to enjoy. And we want you to be able to come back. Maybe before we were speaking differently because we didn't have that base audience. So that's who you're looking for. You're looking for a base foundation of people that know, like, and trust you.
Right. Yes, exactly. And one last thing, too, is when your words don't match like your body language or your aura that you're giving off, that it creates like incongruity with the people that are watching you or your followers. And there's, like it's so funny of all the different people who have become coaches, for example, in the last couple years, especially in the last year. But, Catherine and I have both been doing this over 20 years. So, one, that right there, you've got like half a century, right, of experience between the two of us. But then on top of that, though, one huge thing that I tell people is think about who you're getting the the advice from, right? You don't want to take financial advice from your mechanic, probably, right? You don't want to take spiritual advice from a child, right? You normally get that like from a pastor or a religious person. So think about who you're getting it from, and what that, like, if you're going to a coach for a certain area, right, you don't want to get baseball advice from a football coach, right? They might know it, but they're not going to know it as much as an actual baseball coach, right? So there's different coaches in your life for different areas. But when you're hiring a coach, also look for the credibility. I don't know how many times I've met with people that they tell me that they hired this coach or that coach or whatever, and they didn't get the results that they wanted. Now, one, you got to do the work, right? So it doesn't matter who your coach is. If you don't do the work, you're not going to get the results. But two, does your coach really have the experience? If you look at somebody that has, say you're wanting to get better on social media, right? But yet the person that you hired to be a coach, when you look at their followers, they've got like 50 followers, right? So are they really going to be able to coach you on social media when they don't have the proof, right? If you look at all my social media, especially if you put them all together, I've got over 100,000 followers. And not saying that to brag, but just saying that I probably kind of know a little bit of what I'm doing. Right?
Yes. Absolutely. So look for the credentials, look for the credibility. Look to the, would you go, like you said about your car, would you take your body to someone that wasn't qualified? Why take your mind there? Why bring your psyche, your emotional stability? Why bring your dreams, your wishes, your hopes, and your fears to someone who cannot handle it? Because if you have a new situation that comes up, can the person that you are currently with manage that with you? So what Lori said, everything, ditto, ditto, ditto. Make sure that that person can handle it, handle the situation that you're bringing to them, and also make sure that they can handle the situations that you are not equipped to handle. So if I go to someone, I want to make sure when something happens in my life, because they are not little, I don't have little things that happen, I have big things that happen, I want to make sure they can handle it, because we're running multiple businesses here. So if something comes up, we need solutions now. We need to know how to act on it, how to correct it, and how to keep going. You don't want to find out later that the person you're dealing with really has no idea what to do. So do your homework, because this is you, this is your brand, and it's your audience. If you have one person that shows up in an event, don't think it wasn't successful. It is a huge success, because that one person, you could change their life and they yours. And this is such a valuable lesson to learn. I'll tell a quick story, and I've heard it over and over again by many different leaders. Hosting an event, nobody shows up, one person is there. Relax, it's only one person, it's not how many people I thought, I'll just sort of run through it. Really? That one person could be the person that does everything you ever wished and wanted. There could be 100 people in the room, and that's the one person that would take action. So if they show up, when they show up, that person is the person. Everyone is. It's not about the numbers. Now, what are we looking to do? We're looking to get back to face. We're looking to get back to elbow, belly to belly, because we've been so long without that. Now we're looking to have one-on-ones in face to face with people. We don't want to see 50 people on a screen. We want to see 2 over lunch. 3, so I can talk to 3 people. So things change, trends change, people have different things that they do in life, and we totally support that. Know where you're at, know the people that you're with. Hopefully you're a good judge of character, and you have some good initial interviewing questions so that you can speak to the people that you're looking to hire, that you're looking to support you. If you don't have a good list of interviewing questions, ask us. We'll tell you the questions you should ask. We'll share with you the questions that you should ask us and other people. And if the answers aren't there, then keep going back until you get the right answers, because your brand is relying on you. Your future audience, your future customers, your raving fans are waiting for you to show up and be the authentic you that you are. You don't have to be perfect. Nobody is. You can get it wrong. It's okay. Just show up and be who you are. And when you're your genuine you, and people can tell your story, that's not only the first test, it's the biggest test. Why are we the Gratitude Girls? If you can tell someone that, that's step 1 and 2. Check, check.
Yes, exactly. And remember the rule that they say: you can never make a first impression a second time. Right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. Being raw and real and authentic is the biggest thing. But you still also want to come to the table and leave good first impression.
Yes, that's a great point to remember. You only make a first impression once. Lori, let's talk a little bit. Well, is there anything else that you want to say about branding? I wanted to talk a little bit about what we do after. Okay. So if you like what we said tonight, if you have any questions about tonight, please put some comments in this video, in this group. And if you have questions that are a little bit more private, Lori will give us some details on how you can reach us and how you can continue with us if you'd like to take it to the next step.
Yes, so at this time, we are going into what we call our private dining room. So if you are in our private coaching group, then you get access to that. So welcome you to join us in our private dining room. If you want those details, go to gratitudegirls.com/coaching. See the rules there. If you want to send us a message to ask us any questions, go to facebook.com/gratitudegirls. When you hit match there, that sends a message to both Catherine and I together, and we will get back with you. Make sure you leave us your contact information. But once again, gratitudegirls.com/coaching, and you'll find out how you can join us in our private dining room.
Yes, and Lori, I want to say thank you so much for tonight. I love the way you look. Those are your colors. Red is very uplifting.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm so always so jealous of your tan, though.
I don't know. This this is like so ridiculous. Gardening one day, I'm telling you. I don't know what's going to happen by the end of the season. Well, we know what's going to happen at the end of the season. I'm going to smile and you're going to see me. So thank you. That's the color. I wear black and bronze. That's my color. So thank you so much for tonight, and I really appreciate all that we do together. I'm so happy that we're entering another year, and we do have some special things going on. So maybe we can ask our audience to get in touch with us, try us on for size, do a few different things if they want with us. And we have a show the 4th Tuesday of every month. So this month, if you haven't marked your calendar, please do. And we have a Gratitude Girls page. If you haven't liked us, I wish they had a love button. Go on over there, like us and follow us, or give us some love in, because we'd like to see you over there as well. Thank you for tonight.
Yes, thank you, everyone. We will see you next week.